Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Beer Review. It's another unboxing video. Look, we got another box. It's Saturday, and we got a box. The only thing I like about Christmas mail systems is you can get your packages on Saturday. It's the best part about Christmas is the mail system works on Saturday, and you can get some cool stuff all week long, basically, except for Sunday. Post doesn't work on Sunday. It's like Harry Potter said. Post does not work on Sunday. But yeah, we have this guy to look at, so let's open her up. I don't know what kind of box this was. This box is from Maxwell Stars Beer Reviews, so thank you very much, Nicholas. I expected a much smaller box. He told me recently that there was a bunch of beers in here. I did not expect there to be a bunch of beers. I expected a couple. I'll add this to the pile of bubble wrap that's on the floor right there, and then I'll have to go through the bubble wrap and see what can be salvaged for reusables and what can't, because in all honesty, most of us have reused bubble wrap a couple times, and once bubble wrap's been reused a couple times, it's lost so much of its bubble wrap-esqueness. It can't do it anymore. It's done. And there are some bubble wraps over there that I know have been to 3 or 4 different places and have a lot of themselves popped. So I'll have to go through and see what's salvageable and what isn't. So this is pretty cold. It's been sitting out on the porch for hours. This arrived at 8 a.m. It's now 3 p.m. I just woke up and my wife forgot to check. So, yeah, this stuff's been sitting out there for hours. First and foremost, it's from Brewdog. It's their Jackhammer Ruthless IPA. Pretty fucking awesome right there. You know what? That's all I... Yes! Nick, you are the man. I actually, for those of you that don't know, and I show it every once in a while, I have a huge bottle cap collection on the fridge. And I had the Rickard's Red IPA, and when I had the Red IPA, I had the Red IPA canned, because I could get a single of it here. And Nicholas had it bottled, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't get the cap, so he saved me a cap, so thank you very much, Nick. I'm going to put that right here with the other cap that has to go on the fridge later on today. Look, what could this guy be? I don't care if I kill this one. This one has some bubble wrap missing. Some bubbles missing. This one is a... Nick has become the king packager here. He has. He's gone way and above the... Ooh! La Guillotine. Okay. So this is a Belgian beer that I know he was getting in Nova Scotia. It's triple fermentation, original yeast. Yeah, La Guillotine. And this is, I thought at first when he put us to this picture that it would be a porcelain bottle. I'm not 100% sure it's a porcelain bottle. I think it might be a just brown glass. It's painted just because of the nicks and stuff in the in it. I'll know when I pop the cap. Not that it matters either way, it's just an intriguing thing to note. Yeah, Nick has become the king packager here on Beermails. This is probably the best packaged Ontario Beermail I've ever had, other than the guys from BC that use the pipe insulation. Not BC, sorry, Calgary. Calgary is where the pipe insulation comes from. And then we Ontarians use that pipe insulation to send everybody else their stuff. So he's wrapping it all in bottles in case it pops, and he's strongly wrapping it, taping it up. I've become lazy when I do my beer mails, I'll be honest. I just kind of wrap it and throw it in, and I wrap enough of it that it can't move, so it should not have a problem. Where's this from? This is from Quebec. Interesting. I don't expect to get things from Quebec, from New Brunswick. You know, I'm closer to Quebec than he is, and I still don't see any of these ever. La Tape de Fer beer session. 3.5% alcohol. Now, see, that is awesome. See, stuff like that is awesome because one thing Nick does, other than just say, hey, you haven't had this. See, I try to send out good stuff, and I try to send out things you've never had. But Nick will usually listen to the things you talk about, and he knows the type of things you're looking for. He's like, hey, look. And, I mean, I try to do that, but my mind barely remembers what fucking day of the week it is, let alone anything else. So I'm not always the best at it. But things like that, like I've been talking about wanting low ABV beers for a long time, and lo and behold, there's a 3.5 ABV session beer in there, which, no matter what it is, I'm intrigued to try it, because I've been looking for low ABV session beers for a long time, especially ones with full flavor. And yeah, this is a little stubby, so I'm going to guess this is from the brewery in his province in New Brunswick, Petite Sue. Let's find out. Yeah, Petite Sue, Les Rocs de Jouve. I'm guessing this is a winter warmer. Okay, mimics of the sounds of the woods. Okay, so they're making a thing about a little creature here. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of head on this beer. I do hope that it does not explode in the next day or so as it cools down. Put it here on the table. Next, what do we have? Hey, while we're doing this, I actually watched an episode. I watched 3 episodes of it. I've never watched the show before because I don't care for these shows, really. I watch them when I'm bored out of my mind, and that's about it. And I was watching Bar Rescue last night with John Taffer. And Bar Rescue reminds me a lot of Kitchen Nightmare. You know, he goes in and he yells at people that they're stupid and this and that. And it is what it is. But I watched an episode because guys at work told me to watch it. It was called Chicks on Dix. And it's because it was on Dix Street, D-I-X, right? And it was a strip club in Detroit. I'm sure Big E went there a lot. Anyway, Chicks on Dix was a failing strip club. And it's hard to fail at a strip club. So, what is this? Imported from Barbados, 10 Saints, beer aged in rum casks. Bajan style. That is very intriguing. I'm going to hope this is not something like the English one I did that I sent Lee. What was that called? That was I can't even think of the name of that one. Yeah, it was so bad. It was supposed to be bourbon barrel aged at that, and yeah. So I really like when your wife knows that you went downstairs with a big box of beer and said, "Hey, I'll be up in about 10 minutes. I gotta open up all these beers and see what's in it and record my video." And she says you're a loser as you go down to do it. And then she sends your child to the top of the stairs to yell down at you while she knows you're on camera. That's really appreciative. Really appreciative. Thank you for that. But now that that's over, this is the Not So Gentle Tickle IPA from Great Lakes Garrison and Metal Man in Ireland. Actually, that's... I don't know, was that ever actually released at Great Lakes? Only out of all of us that do this, the one that would know that is Gregory. So Gregory, was Not So Gentle Tickle actually released at GLB? Is it planned to be released in the future? Because I don't know, maybe they brewed first in Amsterdam. Maybe they brewed first at Garrison. Because usually only the brewery that made it is going to be selling it, at least in Canada. But what is this guy? Averbod, 7.5% alcohol by volume. I'm actually genuinely saddened by this Beermail, and I'm genuinely saddened by this Beermail because it's so much stuff I've never even heard of. Like, this is great. It's probably one of my favorite Beermails of the year. Warnog. You're just gonna make me act like the nerd I am, eh? You want me to do like, I can't really speak Klingon, but you want me to sit here and go kablock and shit like that. Yeah, you're an asshole, Nick. You're an asshole. Shit, there's still more stuff coming out of here. Ooh, this feels like a beer glass. Ooh. Bang. Oh, and it's a Pump House Brewery shaker glass. And I will use it because I'm not against the shaker glass. Let's pull the cardboard out. That pile on the floor is getting huge. I gotta take care of that. Still trying to think of what that bourbon barrel, a bourbon ale from the UK was. It was in clear bottles. It was like way too much money for a 6-pack that tasted like shit. And I can't remember its name, and it was one of the worst ones I had this year. I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna be talked about for sure next week on VDU, but I can't think of its name off the top of my head. Maybe I'm trying to block the bad ones out, you know. Wild North Series Pumpkin Ale from Lake of Bays. Now, this is one of the ones that makes me laugh because I can't get it anywhere near me. It's available in Ontario at select beer stores and at the Lake of Bays brew house, but you can't get it down here at all. Not Toronto. Sorry, not Windsor. Not St. Catharines. Not Niagara Falls. Not Fort Erie. Not Font Hill. Not Hamilton. Even I don't even think it was in Burlington when I was looking for it. And he can get it in New Brunswick. It's stuff like that that just makes me laugh. It's stuff like that that makes the distribution of Canadian beers just a funny thing. What is this guy? It's another Petit So. This is the, is that a K? The Kedkagwik? The Dilsner? It's a Pilsner. I don't, you know what? The only thing I can say about Le Petit So, their beers are usually really good, but their, font is not albino friendly. I'll have to actually go to Le Petit So's Untapped page and try and find that beer to find out how that name is actually spelt, because my eyes just aren't picking it up properly, and I know it's my eyes, and it's not really their fault, other than they picked that fucking text. They didn't want an albino to drink their beer. Fuck you guys. Holy shit, this pile on the floor is getting gigantic from the 3 Beermails I've opened up now, and I have another one coming later today, so I'll just leave it until tonight. Anyway, this is a Doppelbock, the Reanimator Doppelbock from Prince Edward Island Brewing Company. Nice. And there are 2 beers left in here. So let's just open up these last 2 beers, see what we have. Okay. Beer 1, and then beer 2. Pump House Rose Hip Ale. Okay, so a Rose Hip beer. Always fun to try those. I do like some of them, and I dislike some of them, and that's the way it always is with most beers, right? You like some, don't like some. And the last, this guy's a big one. Looks like it's the only one he doesn't have wrapped. Oh no, he does have it wrapped in a bag. I was going to say, the biggest one in the package looks like the only one he didn't bag wrap. But that is incorrect. It is bag wrapped. I'm just a blind motherfucker. It's just the bag I can actually kind of see through. Ugh. Let's get the shitty claw knife that I still have to... You know what, it's actually probably a good thing I'm using it for these, because I'm going to review this shitty claw knife, and this shitty claw knife is shittier than some really, really cheap knives I've bought. And, oh, see, when I was looking at it through the bag, I was like, yeah, I've had Le Chouffe before, but I think I've had the Quebec Le Chouffe, not the Belgian, or I've had the Belgian, not the Quebec. I didn't know which one was which, but I have not had this one, regardless of where it's from. And it is nice Chouffe, so ice Chouffe, ice gnome. It is a winter beer. Bière d'Ivre. What's our ABV on this? 10% ABV in a giant bottle. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Nick. Merry Christmas, as you said to me. I sadly cannot get anything out to you before Christmas. Our Secret Santa did have four no-shows. I was able to get a secondary package from 2 people for 2 of them. I have to reimburse 2 people myself, so I already sent 1 out. I'm going to send another out to somebody that actually does Beer Dweeps United with us. I'm going to tell him, though, that I'm probably going to wait till the new year to do his, just because there's a new brewery opening up here in the Falls in the next week or 2. And actually, I'll probably send you beer at that time too, because when this new brewery opens is probably the best time to send stuff out, because there's going to be some cool new beers. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. And before I go, look at this pile of shit. Look at this pile of shit. Okay, time for us to go. Bye-bye.